What up, movie disciples and good people of YouTube? That's my sister, Brittany, and I am Brian, and this is The Challenge. Spies, Lies, and Allies. Review episode 3. I think it's called Truce or Dare. Man, this episode was a whole lot better than the last one. Yes, things were happening. Stuff was happening.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Should we just dive right into it? Okay, I guess I have a starting point. This time I actually wrote some notes down. The past 2 weeks I haven't. It's been so much crap going on, and I feel like I wrote my notes down, but I kind of put myself in the corner. So I might start going back into not writing notes down, just writing down like Challenger of the week, quote of the week, and our top 4 and or 5. Man, the quattro, I guess, that we established last week. Anyway, before we do dive into it, make sure you guys follow us on social media, and if you're enjoying what you're watching, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And the notification bell as well. This episode was a lot going on. The elimination was good, and the challenge was damn good, and the stuff going on inside the house was pretty good. And I'm just gonna start off by saying that Tori has always been somebody I guess I kind of rooted for because I like her personality, and I think she's cute. If I was single, I think she would definitely try to holler at me because I'll try to holler at her, but I'm not. So
no, she likes black guys.
Tatas for you, Tori. I think Tori just likes men.
Probably
she doesn't have I don't say an offense. Maybe she does lean more towards the dark meat. Anyway, but I see why why Tori and Fessy was kind of attracted to one another, because they are both messy, and Tori has no strategy sometimes. And this showed a whole thing of it. This episode,
I feel this showed a true. Whenever we get into that whole debacle of Tori, and I do like Tori. Follow her on Instagram. Shout out, but it's definitely showed a different side. I feel like she's definitely transitioned into
a different side. I feel like this is the same shit Tori always kind of pulls.
She really hasn't had the upper hand to make decisions really like that in the past seasons where she had power like that. I really don't remember her having power like that ever in season. Was she good athletically? Yeah. But did she really have the power ball where she was able to make some power moves? Not really. So I feel like that might have got to her head. And yeah, her and Fessy definitely probably belong together momentarily because, like I said, I like her. But on the show, yeah, she looked like a snake. So I don't know. Sorry.
I don't look at her as a snake. I just feel like she doesn't know how to use.
She don't know how to be strategic. You know that?
Yeah, and use her power wisely. I mean, you say get into it. We're already getting into it. We're getting into it right now. I'm like, if you're watching this, obviously the spoilers are reviewing what just went down on episode 3. So they had this crazy wild challenge, which is dope. We'll get into a little bit later, where they have to pretty much jump off a cliff, go into some water, go underwater, get a bomb, go get another bomb, quote unquote bombs, ride a jet ski, swag surf to the coast, and put the bomb on the thing. So Tori and Ed win, and then Tori gets the power. So it comes down to all right, who we're gonna put into elimination, and this is where it comes down to Tori has the power. Also, I kind of feel like Devin kind of does this, but Devin was thinking a little bit smarter this time, especially early in the game, where Devin gets the power and he's like, yeah, I'm out for revenge. And that's what Tori was out here trying to deliberate and get too many. I mean, where they edited it made it seem like she was getting a bunch of opinions, which I feel like when you go into elimination, trying to, figure out who you want to put in and talk to, all right, who do you want to see? So she went to go talk to the rookies, because Tasha and Jeremiah got thrown down there. Well, I think before they do deliberations beforehand. Either way, she went to go talk to them because I guess she had a good feeling, that they were going to go down there because in the challenge they sucked. Both of them couldn't swim.
Yeah, that was the worst.
Shout out to
I really thought she couldn't swim. I'm like, Tasha, weren't you on Survivor? What's really going on? Jeremiah screaming his life out, "Get off of me!" I was
Can't
like,
breathe.
"This is horrible."
Yeah. So
Back in my mind, though, I was like, "This is definitely a keeper," because right now they're looking like they're not really the best. So I really wouldn't throw them in there. But I guess y'all are still sticking with the whole idea of let's just get the rookies out. But to me,
yeah,
in the back of my mind, I was like, you should have just kind of kept them. But yeah, sure.
I can see what you're saying. Like, just keep them in there, but
I would have thought they would have kind of went that route and kind of moved in that way.
you
But
never know how a challenge goes.
you don't.
Each challenge goes, each mission, quote unquote. And the same time, like
Yeah,
Jeremiah is a young bull, so he's definitely coming young energy and like he's in good shape. We didn't get a chance to really see him perform. Really to something that might lean more towards his favor, and I can't. Maybe Tasha, she was okay. I mean, but really ain't a chance to see them like really like do anything. So you just never know. At the same time, what we found out it was a dead even heat between rookies and veterans. So like I said, you never know how a challenge plays out. So it's kind of like, all right, let's get the rookies out. So it's us against us. Best against the best. Like I said, the rookies come in when they want to take over the game.
Yeah, and that's true. With your crush, Tori,
No, not a crush.
That you find attractive, whatever. If you didn't have a girl, she could possibly be your girl. With that being said,
I said I would talk to her. Didn't say it's just like all right, people who don't know, you don't know at all. I haven't had a girlfriend in a long time until now in the past couple of years. So somebody just being my girl, nah, okay, all right. I'm very selective. All right, back to it.
Thank you for that PSA. With that being said, how she formulated into being a snake, I feel, is where she messed up. She decided to ask who they wanted. And I just saw there was no purpose in doing that, especially if you really wasn't going to consider it. And based off her decision, whenever we really get to talk about that, who she decided, I just feel like, what was the point? Like, I feel like you already kind of made up your mind. You knew where you were going, unless you were just trying to create this illusion like, oh, I really care about who you might want. But how she moved, I felt like she really didn't care who Tasha wanted, who Jeremiah might have been trying to, go against. So I was like, what's your point of doing it? So that's where I feel she kind of was doing some snaky moves. Still, it didn't look good on Tori's end.
I don't think the snake. I think she just wasn't. She didn't think it all the way through. So after she went to ask them, and she also messed up because she came and gave like the weird little half dab to Tasha, and it was like, yeah, she was like, I want Michelle. And I give, Tasha credit for going after Michelle from Survivor, both on Survivor. Michelle won hers. I don't believe Tasha won hers. So it's kind of like, obviously Michelle's a beast. And then actually, after seeing this elimination, they were 1 second away from freaking winning the thing. So, shout out to Tasha even thinking about wanting to have Michelle. Because Michelle went down there, cracked her nose in the water, and was out there swimming like a boss out here looking like.
Still going. Blood gushing out.
Freaking Mara from Aquaman, just I'm going, it's nothing. Like it's nothing to me. So yeah, I feel like Tori, she made the mistake, like you said, doing that. But then, there was word, Big T heard, was talking about, all right, let's have a conversation. This is after deliberation. Yeah. So Big T was going to talk away about the deliberation because Tori said something in deliberation. It was like, yeah, revenge comes after, like trying to be like cool and like smirky about it, trying to like throw fire on it. And then Big T is like, and they set it up earlier, like Big T remembered that she threw them down in there at the same time. Like it's kind of early in the game why would you show your cards this early in the game? Like, I know you got the power. You could get it again because Ed seems like a pretty strong competitor. You could win again and then try to get revenge. I'm like, you never know. So I wouldn't have said nothing. I'd been like this, like, all right, like let's see. Like, vote down the rookies because you guys. I would be like, who y'all want to vote down there? If I would have been if I was Tori and Ed, I'd have been like, I ain't gonna lie, y'all didn't finish, so.
Yeah, I might would have looked maybe a little more unbiased and not like I'm gunning for someone. I mean, yeah, like you said, Casey said it too. She was just like, I wouldn't do that. Like, it can really like bite you in your butt later on, which is true because I'm just like with Big T, she's favorable. Everybody likes her, and with that, I don't know. I feel like it's borderline. She's considered a vet, but she also most of the vets are US, and she's not, and she is very cool also with her other people. So I feel like, I don't know, it was like learn last. I feel like throwing her in, not the best choice. Not right now. Not with Big T.
Yeah. And it comes down to like we said about Casey saying it comes back to what I was saying earlier at the top of the show. Fessy admits to Big T saying that, yeah, well, he didn't say it, but he kind of said it without saying it. Like, yeah, she's like, you had something to do with throwing in, setting it all up. And he was like, trying to play coy about it. But he pretty much said it without saying it. It was like, yeah, him and Josh set the whole thing up. And he's giving away his strategy kind of like he was like last week. And it was like, why are you showing your cards now? Like, this is why I say Tori and Fessy, they linked up in the first place because they don't know how to conduct strategy. I'm like, no, I'm talking about dog. It ain't had nothing to do with me. I've been lying the whole way through. I've been lying to the after show, the reunion show. I'm like, yeah, I said the whole thing. I want to kill. I see how big my effort is. You got to go.
Like, keep your cards close. But I mean, then again, they're very, I don't know, they're slow. So you just, again, goofs and dummies compiled together. So it's just, it's just not it. It's like, I'm sorry, Fessy, I really don't even like you like that. Josh, you're annoying. So
spicy talk.
Just spicy. It's not it for me. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. So we have Jeremiah, and Tasha getting ready to go down there, which I mean made sense, like I said earlier. And then we cut to them trying to vote, and it's like, all right, who's voting down there? And Berna already kind of had her in her head earlier, like she might get thrown down there because she's a rookie. And then like they were leaning towards her, and then like especially since like the whole weird love triangle, like maybe Tori's looking out for Ashley, and I'm gonna throw her down there because she's out there messing with us. And then Devin said it earlier, he's like, I want Devin's head in the game, so I get Berna out of here because he's already focused on Berna and I focus on winning this money with the veterans. He's focused on the rookie and trying to get some buns, and which is already doing. And that side note goes into Nelly T's boot camp, which I will never attend. All right, never attend your boot camp.
Oh no, his boot camp kind of looks fun, but
I'm working in the shadows in the cut. I'm working solo. You ain't about to see what I can and can't do, especially when I'm a rookie. I'm like, you ain't about to see shit. I'm be over here mind my business. I'm like, you want to work out with us, Brian? I'm good, dog. I work in the front of the house. Brian, just work out. I don't need to work out for me.
You just need Kanye's workout plan song in the back. All my fans, and that's it. I feel like it wasn't bad. Honestly, yeah, how editing was showing it, they kept like showing Berna. So then I started getting the feeling in the back of my mind. I'm like, are y'all really gonna choose her? But on the other hand, I was like, I guess, because honestly, during the challenge, she really wasn't that good. She was kind of slow to me, honestly.
She held CT back a little bit,
Yeah, and so I was just kind of like, I thought she would have did better, especially in the challenge. I was like, I'm kind of shocked. Like,
yeah, I mean, she even said that she was like, I'm afraid of heights. Like, being heights in the circus are two different things. Like being heights in the circus, being in heights in the circus is different than being heights and jumping off a cliff into some water, which is so understandable. Like,
you're right, you're jumping off
into some water, and the water was hella choppy. So I totally get it. Like we saw
acrobat. I mean, gotta have trust and faith. Like you're just slinging in the air, just pray for gravity. But I guess I don't know. The water was a little rocky and the waves were a little much. But in the back of my mind, I thought she was like, it might have been burning, but I'm like, nah. I'm still like focusing on Big T or Michelle. Tori's gonna have Tasha. What's her name? Tasha. I'll have her back. So that's who I'm focusing on.
Yeah,
for the elimination.
I thought she was gonna vote in Big T, which I thought would have been crazy. I'm like, why'd you vote this woman in? It's too early. Yeah. I'm like, and if she pulls out a win, she's gunning for you. She's coming for your neck, dog. So
yeah, it's gonna be over because nobody's gonna have your back. So I'm like, yeah, you got
throw everything off.
But...
That's why Kyle was sitting down with Big T, and he was like, if you do this, the vet's gonna be looking at okay, so the truce and alliance is over. All right, bet. Like, free man.
And I love it how you said, she was like, is that what you're thinking? He's like, nah, I'm not thinking that. That's just probably what they're thinking. But honestly, I'm just like, that's probably what he's thinking because him and Big T have a really good relationship. And I love me some Kyle. Like, we talking about cards, playing your cards right. Kyle knows how to play his cards and he will not show his cards. He probably has his cards with everybody in the pocket. So I'm like, I love it. But he was being honest. I'm like, yeah, I mean, he is thinking it. But everybody will be thinking that, like, so we just throwing in vets now? Because again, she is a vet. So what you gonna do?
Right. So yeah. throw them down there. And then they screw over freaking Corey L again. I'm like, so it's black on black crime again. So it has to be Jeremiah versus Corey L. And it's crime against the LGBTQ plus community. They just don't give a damn about Corey L. I'm like, damn, like, are they that afraid of Corey L?
I think so. I mean, he is intimidating. What is he, like 6'4", 6'5"? I don't know. He's gigantic. He's very strong. And I'm like, did y'all not see the whole fanny pack situation or the backpack where he knocked them all off? I'm like, so he proved himself. I'm not even gonna say kind of. He proved himself. And then they came in second when it came for, and they were only 1 second off. So I'm just like, that was kind of not smart. I feel that was dumb. Like they said, it is an even split. It's 14-14. Well, it was at that time. So I'm just like, Corey L.
I guess Devin threw out there Emmanuel. He was like,
yeah,
I'm like the guy. And Emmanuel was
I wouldn't have picked him either, though. I don't know.
It's caking up with freaking Michelle from Survivor, aka Emmanuel, aka Romanian European Jordan, as he looks like. That's
he do. And Jordan did have that beard once upon a time.
Not that beard. He had that hair. He had that weird haircut going on too. that wild fade
I'm
thing.
glad you get with him.
So, they could easily throw him, but I guess see Corey as a huge threat. So they keep trying to get him down there. But luckily for Corey and Jeremiah, that it was a female day because they lost Tommy earlier during the mission, which, like I said, we talked about the waters earlier. The freaking choppy sea. We had CTs, aka C cheeks. These cheeks. C cheeks out there. Corey, you said it.
All in the water.
It's just like Trunks is getting taken off. And then the same thing happened to Tommy.
You saw Tommy everything.
I was like, man, he's out here. I'm out here just swimming. I don't care how it was. Like I'm out here about to get this wind. Draws out, everything swinging in the wind. Everybody cracking up. I'm like,
Corey got me. Talking about he done seen enough red for his life, Corey. I was like, well, so red.
Is that your quote of the week? Is that your quote of the week? I had nothing really, but I guess that can work. Yeah, so I'm looking at Tommy. I'm like, yo, Tommy just don't give a damn. All right, but it's never a good look when
he still kept going.
You walking up somewhere and you got your stuff hanging out, everybody laughing at you. Like, you want people to be like, oh shit. You want people to be like, ha 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 ha. So
it was like, this is all good in games until it looked like he collapses on the floor. I don't know.
I was like, just too much water. I was like, when did he hit his head? I'm surprised they didn't get that that shot of him hitting on the head.
Yeah, unless it happened so violent. Fast.
It happened so fast or it was very violent. Didn't get a chance to see it.
I was like, oh, dang.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, stay with me, Tommy. I was like, he's about to check on water. I was like, oh, man, he about to drown. But I was like, for him, like when that happened and he started stumbling down the rocks and they was like Devin saw, he was like, his eyes don't look right. And he pointed it out, and I was like, huh. And they, cut to the rest of them. They start doing like a quick over, gloss over everybody else. And I was like, I got concussion. She was like, Big T said, his pupils look different. Each one were different. So I was like, you got concussion. You got concussion on this show. You got to go. So
yeah, they take him off.
Yeah. So once that happened, that's how they got lucky. So he had to go home, which sucked because I thought he was a competitor, even though I wanted him gone because he was part of Survivor Clique and I don't know this man.
Yeah.
But
Tommy.
Yeah, I'm like, exactly. It made it was like, dang, like this sucks. You don't want somebody to leave like that. You want to see him lose.
Yeah.
Take off the strength of
them. She said it. She was like, not you. Like, you're kind and everything. I didn't personally know he had concussion. I knew something was wrong. I was like, take care. But it was that dramatic moment, no music, just walking in, door shut. I'm like, okay, he's going home.
Yeah, he's by himself. Yeah, walking in slow, like he ain't coming up bouncing and stuff. It was a wrap. It was done for Tommy. No. So, but that worked out for Jeremiah and Corey. It was like, whoo, man. Yeah. And Devin even said it before they went to elimination. He was like,
he did.
He was like, since Tommy isn't here, it could just be a female day.
I don't know. I don't know about everybody else watching the show. Or you watch the show, but Devin was talking whatever when he was having his little private little chit chat with Tori, and he was just making so much sense. I'm like, look at you. You just all like, you just got clarity. You just got a clear mind. I'm like, yeah, you're making a lot of sense right now. I see you, Devin.
Yeah.
You're just all facts. I'm like,
so I'm feeling whenever Devin wins something this season, if he stays around long enough,
I feel
he's not gonna do what he did like the last time. Last time he did what Tori did this episode, put his foot in his mouth, put his strategy out there, and people were like, oh, okay. So he knew all eyes on him after that. So this time he's not doing that, and he's linked up with some of the Big Brother clips.
I feel like he making some smart moves this season. So I definitely kind of see him going far. Like he's not really kind of as jokey or doing like ignorant crap. I mean, it's still funny, but he's kind of more like, let me sit back. I'm gonna say he kind of making C2 moves. I'm like, look at you. So you might go far, Devin. I like you so far.
It looks pretty good.
It's looking good for you.
We didn't talk about real quick. One of the missions, well, one of the people in the mission was Huey and Ashley. He was up there losing his mind at the beginning. But, oh God.
Huey! He was like, oh my gosh, it's so big. It was like, I'm scared of heights. Meanwhile, Ashley's like, you better suck it up. Let's go.
She is such she's a meltdown Mitchell. And she's like so all over the place. When it's time to like focus and get this money and lock in, she is on it. But she was like cracking up trying to get him to lock in. My man throws up. I'm like, yo, Hugh, what is happening?
Huey was freaking out. But I will give it to him. He jumped off though. Would I have jumped off? Probably not. And would I have even stood on the edge? Probably not. But you know what? Huey did it. And I like Huey. He got it, jumped off that cliff, swam. And let's be honest, he swam kind of better than all of them in the water. Let's be so.
In his heat, he kicked everybody's ass. So he went from like having no strength to turn to freaking Aquaman himself. I thought he was really, obviously afraid of heights, but I thought he was also afraid that his lips and his butt was gonna burst and implode or something when he hit the water. I'm afraid to. I'm like, what? Yeah, she
and I
was
just like, Ashley was the one slowing down. I'm like, Ashley, what's going on? Like, bubble butt and bubble lips. He's moving. Where are you? You're trailing behind. Maybe over here, out of breath.
Maybe the cheeks helped him out to get in and out the water.
Maybe, but her breath.
I thought he was about to pull like a Big T from last season. Big T surprised everybody in the water. She's, I'm so afraid, and they got in the water and she was like, oh yeah, I swam. And I used to kick ass in high school and swimming. Don't know the sucker. So she played right for a fool, but they didn't pull out the win. But it was just so funny. Highlight to me.
She was just moving. Yeah, I love me some Huey. That was funny.
And
confused.
The elimination itself, that was a hard ass elimination. That just like making the ladder slippery.
I kept wondering, I was like, are these real polls or are they like an imitation of polls? Are they like light? I don't know, but based on what was happening, I
look heavy enough.
These real polls. Yeah. So yeah, they had to like make the ladder, but then the ladder started expanding out. So then you had to pick the right length for. I was like, not gonna lie, when Burner started going, I was like, like I think it was like her second or third one. I was like, that's too big. Like I already tell, like it's sticking out too much. So I'm like, oh Lord. It was like slippery. Yeah, it was a lot going on. But like you said, this was. I thought a good elimination because I was on my toes. I'm like, oh dang, like they're both.
It's anybody's challenge. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, finally, let's go.
Right.
That's why I like on my toes, intense.
And you start seeing like who wanted who to win. CT rooting for his partner. He thinks it's pretty good. What?
Yeah. You got Ashley one side screaming. Obviously, we already know that Ashley's hating some Burner. So she's like, that we want you to win, Tasha. Let's go. And then you got Nelson, he talking about come back to me. I don't know. That was a little cringy, a little weird. I'm like, I guess come to daddy.
Nelly's commentary. I was like, that's
Can we not?
The encore. Come to daddy. I'm like,
and zoom in. I said, why are y'all paneling and zooming in? No, this is, I know she's grown. I just felt like it was in pro. I don't know. Let's exit that out. I was like, I guess he wants cuddle time. I'm like, you need to be focusing on these wins, but
that's why Devin wanted her out the game because
then again, Nelson. Let's see how far you'll go.
Yeah, so everybody's rooting for who they're rooting for, and CC's like trying to help her, by yelling out what she need to do. And after a while, like CC said, she starts focusing in and locks in. She got this calm about her, and I started seeing towards the end. I was like, yeah, she knows exactly what to do now. All she got to do is like just take your time, get up there. Because like you hitting your knees and trying to go up there and then like jump down and like grab the poles. It was
like you had to be like very like light on the pole. You couldn't have too much pressure away. And then I remember he was saying something like keep your legs open wide, like lean in or something. Because both of them were struggling. Like the poles kept tumbling down. I was like, oh, this is horrible.
I also want to know, are they making it slick when they walk in there? Because all of a sudden, like, every time they walk into the lair, right? it's just raining all of a sudden. I'm like, so it's not raining in the daytime, it's raining at night every time during the mission. Why are y'all trying to get people wet when they walk into the thing? I'm like, why am I?
So I'm like, they be signing waivers. They're like, at this chance, you might slip and break legs, or your face, but be prepared. I don't know. It is always wet. And I'm like, that's just making it worse because they were slipping on those poles a lot. I would have been like, I don't know.
The poles, just standing out there. I'm like, especially like you're in the agency. Like, I got my jacket on. All of a sudden, I got to walk through this rainstorm. I'm like, I wouldn't even dress up. Like, I'll put my workout gear on. I'm about to go to elimination because anybody wear up my regular clothes.
Right. And then I'm like, I don't know. I'm watching the challenge. Like, they be having safety and precautions. I appreciate the helmet, but I'm like, you couldn't give me a face guard or something for my face? Because I am going up poles. Which leads me to her getting busted in her face. And I was just like, oh, Berna, what I thought about you earlier on the show, I don't think now. I was like, oh, you're a G. Like, you just really got busted in your face with a pole. It kept going with blood just sliding down your face. Going.
That's how I knew she was going to win. She cracked her face. I was like, she winning this, dog. Oh, she's winning this.
This is it.
So she wins. And, at the end of shows love to like Nigeria. I love like just the respect, between her. Obviously, she don't know Tasha like that. Well, not too much, but
they were like really close. They were cool. Like,
and showed the love to everybody else. And then it was all love. And then Tasha went out and said, you a fake ass bitch, Tori. And I'm like, see, Tori, this is how it comes back to the whole thing, full circle to strategy. You shouldn't have went up there and said anything like Brittany said earlier. Just you wouldn't have said nothing.
Boy, trying to plead her case. Well, let me say.
She's like, no, I don't hear none of that.
You fake. I said, oh.
I watched the after show, and Tasha said that she blocked her on social media, so the beef is real. And then once TJ hit her with the it's injured time here, but I hope we see you in the future, which means TJ liked her, and she's definitely coming back because after she snapped out and cussed out Tori, you want to see the matchup in the future.
I already knew. He was like, you did Nigeria proud. I was like, yeah, he likes you. He's feeling you. Nigeria will be back. Nigeria.
Yes.
I was like, I love me some Tori, but I don't know. She deserved a little cuss out. I loved it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, Tori, she went up there and be like, I wouldn't, like I said, she shouldn't even went up there. I wouldn't have said nothing. Just left it, let it go.
I would just say.
So, quote of the week. Did we already kind of establish that earlier? Kind of. I really feel like nothing was super quote.
It was like, I don't know, between those two. What was it? We said some funny quote earlier. I forgot.
Yeah.
It could have been the come to daddy, but I'm not. That's cringy. It's not.
That was quote of the week. Brought to you by Nelson, which I feel like he'll give us one every week when he's on the show.
They keep zooming in on him, and I'm just like, please stop with this Jackson 5 Jerry curl on the top. But I guess. Anyway, cut it out. Oh, that's the part I would have been Corey though, because they kept like focusing on Big T, and then he said it. What did he say? Get my nips. And he was just like, it was hard to navigate where Big T loyalty lies. I don't know. That just hit a thing because I like Big T, and it was like,
I don't know. That's a quote. I just feel like just him saying something, but that's what you want to rock with, sure. Not for me.
I mean, we had the funny one, but I couldn't remember.
Anyway, challenger of the week. Who you got?
Oh, it was tough. I'm not gonna lie. I'm representing my women today. It was definitely between Michelle or Berna, but it's going to Berna because I was just like, she at first looked like, I was just like, I thought she was really athletic. She not doing much, but she proved herself in the challenge with. She looked like she broke her nose, and won against Tasha, which Tasha is really a good competitor. So, Berna.
I agree. No, if we were doing men and women, I'd say it was Ed. He came in there.
Oh yeah,
held him down, won the challenge, and then didn't put like any target on his back. And then definitely Berna. Like she looked okay in the mission itself, but in elimination, she stepped up. She was locked in. You see it in her eyes. She was okay. She was focused. So she came in there and pulled the W out, and she probably doesn't have too much heat on her back besides, Meltdown Mitchell still being a hater, and that Nelson doesn't want to keep shacking up with her at the moment. So that's out the way. I feel like our top four really doesn't change, if anything, if we add a top five, or I don't go back and haven't looked at any one of these two episodes because it takes too long. Yeah, that's what I'm just editing it, trying to put it out. So if anything changes, I'm gonna say Ed and Tori hop in the top 5 because it looks like to be a pretty strong competitor. Great swimmer.
Yeah.
Like they know about that.
Really
and
good.
they work pretty well together. Both pretty positive people, want to go out there and do some things. And Ed doesn't have too many enemies at the moment.
This is true. Only because Tori is his partner, I put her on there. But I mean, just with her performance, it was okay. It was okay. I mean, Ed was leading the way, and she was just kind of like following. And then, like you said, with that, the whole enemies. I mean, we're gonna see, because they do gel very well together. But because of the decision they made, I guess we're gonna see what happens next. Because he didn't have enemies, but because of Tori, let's see what enemies he has now.
I mean, you shouldn't really have any. Like, Burns gonna get mad as part of the game. I think she understands it. So we shall see. I think that's it for this week. Got in and got out. I had my notes written down, but I didn't follow them like in order. We jumped around like you're supposed to. That's how you get in and get out. Do the damn thing.
Yeah.
Before you leave, though, I mean, yeah, what's the point of us breaking down the episode bit by bit so we get to the conclusion? We're getting to the nitty gritty and the hot stuff that people want to talk to and know about and hear about, from our perspectives on the episode. Before we do, though, get out of here. Have you watched the Spider-Man trailer? Because in 24 hours, it's broke records. 355 million views in 24 hours. It broke the Avengers Endgame teaser trailer.
Oh, dang. This must be good. Who supposed to be Spider-Man? Same one, right? It's cute, so I don't know. I clearly haven't watched it.
Yeah, she clearly has not watched it. So if you haven't watched it, you can peep the link up top and probably at the end of this dang trailer. So nice little something for you to watch. And my sister, because she doesn't support my channel.
I do, so don't listen to
Make sure you guys follow us on social media. And if you're enjoying what you're watching, please hit that like, share, subscribe, and the notification bell. For my sister, Brittany, I am Brian, Movie Messiah. And you guys are enjoying what you're watching. Cool. If you didn't, get together. All right. I'm sure we'll see you in the future. Phase 5. Let's ride.